Hello everyone, very good evening. Can someone please confirm if you guys can hear me? Today we will see something really good solution. It's been a problem for quite some time. Can someone please confirm if you can hear me, guys? Great. Thank you, Atul. Thank you, Sakit. Thanks everyone for joining. So, first of all, thank you so much everyone for the 100K on YouTube. And we have it's been almost more than 3 years now, and the question from which has been asked mostly to me was always that can we handle the cross origin iframe. Like it has always been asked that this element is not working for us, how can we solve this problem? And I used to always say that cross origin iframe cannot be supported. And this is the most asked question ever to me, as in expert tool creator or selectors tool creator, you can say. So the very first thing whenever someone says uh, plugin is selector sub is not able to identify this element, I'm not able to generate these selectors for this element. So immediately I always think that okay, 100% this element will be inside cross origin iframe. So I always used to say that this can be inside cross origin iframe. And like maybe like you guys might also have faced this issue while automating any scenario. Okay, so let me just show you guys how difficult and how many times this question has been asked to me. Someone is asking how to solve pseudo element by SelectorsHub. So Rasmi, pseudo element cannot be inspected or selectors cannot be written for them. You will have to write the selector for its parent element. So whenever you see that colon colon before or colon colon after, so those are the pseudo classes, not the pseudo element. So you need to locate the parent element for them, and then for that selectors of will be able to generate the selectors. So here if I share my screen and show you guys, this is the chat where people used to ask the question on selectors of live chat. And if I search here for cross origin iframe, you will see that how many conversations are there, that like you see that more than 62 times people have asked this question for the cross origin iframe. So this has been like many times people have asked this, that how can we solve this question. And same like if I show you this, like here you see that so many screenshots I have where people were asking that we are not able to solve this cross origin iframe, cross origin iframe, cross origin iframe. So everywhere you will see that I have taken some of them screenshot just to show you guys that how tricky problem this has been for our people, those who are automating. Okay, so let's first focus on this. I will take these questions like, okay, people are asking pseudo dom and then pseudo element, and then how to automate canvas element. Okay, I will come to that. I'm not answering these questions. Let me just focus on what we are going to discuss today. Okay, so here one fine day what happened, I always used to say, like I told you guys, that cross origin iframe can't be inspected through any XPath plugin or any selector plugin, and in fact, they cannot be inspected through any plugin. That's the rule. That's the thumb rule that we cannot inject the JavaScript inside the cross origin iframes through the plugin. And that's the kind of concept the browser has. But then one fine day, what happened, like Naveen told me that there's a bug. It is not able to inspect this iframe element. Like, let me show you what happened on that day. So he was trying to inspect some of the element, and what happens, like, let me, generally you might have seen the Google ads or the elements which are inside the like kind of like sometimes we add the Google form right on our website. So that's where those Google forms are like those. These Google form, if it is on, this is a Google form, it is on naveenautomationlabs.com. So this form is coming from Google, and this is the naveenautomationlabs.com. So this is a two different domains, so this becomes like a cross origin iframe. And there are like three logics to be if any of those three things are different, then it becomes the cross origin. One is like domain name, if it is different, if the port from where it is coming, if that is different. So if those these kind of things will be different, then it becomes cross origin. So let me just inspect this element here. So you see that when we are hovering on this element, so this is inside iframe, it is telling you, and it is able to generate the XPath for this element. You see that it is able to generate, and it is also able to highlight this. But then Naveen says like, Sanjay, this is not generating the XPath for iframe, and how come it is working like this? This is not right. That, and immediately I said like, SelectorsHub doesn't support the cross origin iframe, no tool can do that. And then when I was trying to, he also reported couple of other issues and suggested few of them. Then I was trying to fix some of them, and again I tried his thing, that what he was reporting, that it is working for this element, what is this, it is not generating the XPath for iframe, though that element is inside iframe. That's where I caught that this is not a actually bug, this is a big feature which has been developed somehow. Even I was not aware that we have developed such an amazing feature, or Selectors Hub has such an amazing feature. So this was totally unknown to me. And then that's where I started working on it, that it is possible when Selectors Hub is opening as a side panel, still it is not possible to handle cross origin iframe elements through the DevTools. So here I started working on this and try to make it possible. So this was the older version 5.1.7 Selectors of free version, where this was working, where Naveen has reported this issue, which was eventually a big feature, very good feature. And now we have made it possible that now it is working flawlessly, and it will let you know the iframe XPath of that cross origin iframe XPath as well as the element XPath. Also here it will highlight that this is iframe. Like right now you see that it is not able to highlight that this is inside iframe, right? Because generally you might have seen that if any element is inside iframe, Selectors Hub used to highlight that this element is inside iframe, like this, right? So it is telling you that this element is inside iframe, but here it is not telling you that this is inside cross origin or same origin. So we have made everything possible. Now let me show you how. So I will just take the latest version, and whenever you install the plugin or reload the plugin, you need to open the website into the new tab, or you restart the browser. Otherwise, like existing open tab, it will not work there. Okay. So now let's see on the same page, we will see for that Google form. Here's the Google form. Open Selectors Hub, and let's try to inspect any of these elements. I'm giving the live demo, hope it will work. Yes, so this is working here. So you can see that it is giving you the iframe XPath. Also now if you read the message, this element is inside cross origin iframe. So now you get to know that this element is inside cross origin iframe. It is not the same origin iframe, because in Selenium, like it is fine that you can directly switch inside iframe. It doesn't matter whether this is a cross origin iframe or same source origin iframe. But in case of like Cypress, that is we need to handle it differently. So this is where you see that now here it is iframe xpath, it is giving us, and it is giving us all the like x path and all possible selectors for that particular element which we have inspected. Like you inspect any element, let's say this country, so here is the x path for that particular element, here you have the x path for that iframe, so you can directly switch inside iframe and then you can perform the action on this element. So this becomes very simple. Also at the same time you can write the x path and css selector for that particular element and you will be able to verify as well. So now writing and verifying XPath and CSS selector or any kind of selector for the cross origin iframe element is possible. You can also automatically generate the selectors for them, as well as you get the information that this element is inside cross origin iframe. You see that if it will be inside like same source origin, so earlier it used to just say that it is inside iframe, now it will let you know that it is inside same source, same origin iframe. So you see that this is telling you that this element is inside same origin iframe. If you inspect any element which will be inside the nested iframe, that also it will tell you that element is inside two nested iframe, and it is telling you same source origin. So this becomes now very very easy and very handy and very helpful that you get all the information right there in SelectorsHub. Remember that it will not work, cross origin iframe will not work if you are using SelectorsHub in DevTools. So make sure you are using SelectorsHub as a side panel. So if you will inspect here, so like before also it was not able to inspect, so now also it will not work in DevTools panel because s- that's the rule. Like we are not able to break it here, that rule we are not able to break here. So in the side panel we are able to make it work, that it will work for cross origin as well. We got the access of cross origin iframe as well, but in DevTools we cannot, like it's not accessible at all, cross origin iframe. Now any element like which will be inside cross origin iframe, like these Google ads are always inside, I mean they always are coming from the uh, Google domain, and your website is always on different, so you can inspect that and it will be able to generate. But yes, of course, because they are like very frequently changing, so your xpath will also change here. So accordingly you will have to handle, you make sure that every time the same ad is coming at same place it is coming. So because sometimes you will feel that when you inspected it, it was something else, and then when you use it in your automation script, that is different because the ads will change. So make sure that you use it carefully for the ads. But if it is something like Google form or something, some source page which is stable, there it will always work. So now this cross origin iframe thing will work using selectors out, and it will not work. And trust me guys, it was not at all easy. It has taken a lot of time for me. It really made me it really gave me hard time. Almost it's been 1.5 month I was working on it, and it's still this is just I we could made it possible on free version. In pro version I'm still working, so that is even taking more time because pro version has a lots of other features as well. So in pro version right now this support is not available, so that will again take another, I feel, 1 more week it will take, because it is really really tricky and very challenging to make it work. It's not that easy. It just look like okay we have done it, but trust me, like it is not at all easy. So now this is the big thing, that selectors hub is able to support the cross origin iframe as well, and the same source origin iframe. So here you see that again I will show you, this is same source origin iframe, and then the ad, if any ad is running here on selectors hub, so this is from different domains. So you can see that when we inspect it, it will let us know that this is inside cross origin iframe, this is the xpath instructor for that particular element, and all those things. Now over to you guys, and big thanks to Naveen Kunteta, Naveen Automation Labs, who has uh, suggested this thing, and you can say that who reported this issue, because of which we made it possible. We got to know oh this is already supporting. It's a, I mean it's a very good story altogether, where we found that this is a bug. I mean a bug has been reported by tester, but eventually we found that this is a feature. So very good thing, and big thanks, kudos to him. He also suggested lots of other thing. Like, let me just quickly show you guys. Like on LinkedIn, when we used to inspect through SelectorsHub. So SelectorsHub has this feature that when you use the SelectorsHub inspector like this, it immediately let you know that this element is inside like this, if that element has some special feature, like this is a SVG element. So when you hover it right from here itself, it used to tell you that this is SVG. So this will help you. This tooltip was not very clear. It used to getting like blurred here in some cases, some corner cases. So we have fixed those issues, small issues. So you can see that it is, these tooltips are very helpful. As soon as you hover, you get to know, like you need not to waste time to inspect and then look at the DOM, check out whether it is inside iframe, shadow DOM, or SVG. So those tooltips issues has been fixed. uh, Couple of like minor things, like lots of improvements he has suggested, so that all has been done. So basically this 5.1.8 release is absolutely dedicated to Naveen. Big thanks to him. And we made it possible that now it is supporting the cross origin iframe. And in DevTools, yes, we have added small things which will help you guys. Like when you inspect the like you have open selector sub in DevTools. So if you inspect any element which is inside iframe, same source origin iframe. So if you inspect this, it will let you know that it is inside same origin iframe. So at least this you will get to know that this is inside same origin iframe. Earlier it used to say that only iframe. Now it's used to say same origin iframe. So that you at least get to know. Apart from this, we always recommend that people now you can use the selectors of as a side panel rather than using in DevTools, because this here, it is very easily accessible. You can go to any tab and you will be having it open. If you are using DevTools, selector sub in DevTools, every time, like on every tab, you will have to open this. Like if you go here, you don't have that. Now here also you will have to open. If you want to use selector sub here, you will have to open it here again. If you are using it as a side panel, you see that everywhere you have it. So you can simply use the inspector from here. So that way it will be very helpful. And lots of amazing feature when you are using selector sub inspector. You just inspect any element, just hover on that, and you get pretty much all the information. If anything is special attention is required from your end, so you don't waste any of your time, that it will immediately highlight like there. So this is the selector sub new feature, and is a big innovation actually in the history of like XPath and selectors. Easy and possible. Like it's been more than 6 years now for me. I have been creating like XPath and selectors plugin and working on them, but never made. I was like never able to make this work. But yeah, I was never knowing that this is how it will be working one day. Okay, guys. So that's pretty much from this new feature. Now selector sub supports the cross origin iframe. I will also create a detailed tutorial on it. If you guys have any question, then please do let me know. If you don't have the selector sub yet installed, then you can just install from like selector sub website. You can install it. It is absolutely free. Also, you can like do install this testing daily on your browser, so that every time you open new tab, you get this details here, blogs, article updates. Also install it on your mobile phone. So lots of other tools are there which will help you guys to save a lot of time. And now I will take your questions. If you guys have any question, then please feel free to ask me. How to automate canvas? So canvas, you cannot write the selectors. You will have to use X and Y axis. There are a couple of videos on YouTube available, so you can just check out them. I will also maybe like sometime I will create the video on how you can automate them. So selectors cannot be written for them. Selectors or XPath can be written only for those elements for which HTML nodes are available in the DOM. Without that, you cannot locate or write them. So in case of canvas, you will have to uh, use the axis like XY coordinate. Where is that element? You can make use of actions class in Selenium. Please give example of pseudo element how to automate. It's very simple. Like if there is any pseudo element on the page, then in that case, let me just see if there is any pseudo element on selector sub practice page. So if there is any pseudo element, you will have to locate the parent element. Simple. Okay. Now as we are searching, so we might not get it. But it's simple. Like you cannot automate. Like if there is any special scenario, you can just share with me. Like if you have anything special, so you can just share it with me on the selectors of live chat website. There I will help you to let you know. Like if any element is which is you found as a pseudo element, you just try to locate the parent element of that. Let me see like if there is any pseudo element here. Okay, not finding. Yep. Any other questions, guys? Any feedback? Any question? No question. If it is all good, then we can end the session for today. And if you guys have any question, any suggestion, any feedback, you can always reach out to us. Okay, there was a question, Kosto Saha. Sometimes same article get repeated in the feed in TD plugin. So you can see that you might have noticed that there is a thunder icon will be there. You must have seen that. So that is a kind of like sponsored article which from our clients, and because of those supporters, those companies, we are able to run these tools free. So that might be an sponsored article. You can see, not always, you might have seen sometime only. Okay, any other question related to selectors of iframe or this iframe feature? Okay, great. So no question related to this, then we can end the session for today. Rasmi is asking now which version JDK installed, which stable version of Eclipse IDE, please tell. So Eclipse I'm not using, but you can always check out on their website like whichever is the stable version, so you can always check out that. I'm not regularly using these any of these, so not sure. Just that like in their website it will be mentioned, so you can check that. Rasmi. Cool, then that's all from my side, guys. Hope you like this new feature. And with that, thank you so much. Hope to see you guys soon again, and wish you all a very happy new year in advance. And keep learning. Try this new feature. You must have already got the release. If not, then you just restart your browser. You will get the stable version of this the latest version of SelectorsHub. This is already live. Version 5.1.8 onwards it is available. So just restart your browser, or you can update the SelectorsHub directly, and then that's where you will get this feature. Try it out and let me know if there is any feedback. Thank you so much.